control terminated. Reinforcements have arrived. Unit lost.
Ready and wait, yes sir. Very well. Very well. At once. Very well. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. At once. Vehicle report. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Very well. At once. At once. At once. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Very well. At once. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Of course. Yes, sir. At once. Very well. At once. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. At once. Very well. Yes, sir. Agreed. Acknowledged. At once. Agreed. Very well. Agreed. 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 Affirmative. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. At once. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Vehicle reporting.
Comrade. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Comrade. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Waiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Save.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Of course. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Reporting. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. 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 At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative.
I'm afraid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once.
Saved.
Acknowledged. Of course. At once. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course. Very well. Affirmative. Of course. At once. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Very well. Agreed. Yes, sir. Of course. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Agreed. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Agreed.
Saved.
Ready and waiting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. At once.
Saved.
Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Very well. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Very well. Yes, sir. Of course. Yes, sir. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. Reporting.
That's right.
At once. Yes, sir. Reporting. At once. Yes, sir. Ready and affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Agreed. Agreed. Of course. At once. Agreed. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. 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 Once. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Agreed. Yes, sir. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Mission accomplished.